Y'all, I saw Wakanda Forever not once, not twice, but 3 times, dog. 3 times. But in my defense, it was with 3 different people on 3 different weekends. And I was asked every time if I wanted to come with them. So it wasn't me, it wasn't my idea. So that's my defense. Hey, you're listening to the Quality Cup Life podcast. My name is Imani, and here we believe that in order for young adults who are looking for a better quality life and to live with purpose, you have to pour into your own cup first. Just because you may have missed out on certain things growing up or you didn't have the best start, that does not mean your entire life has to go that way. And in living a quality cup life, we talk about it through a 9-step framework broken up into 3 pillars: mind, body, and money. So thank you for joining us, and let's get into the show. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Quality Cup Life podcast. And my name is what is my name? My name is Imani. So it's been a little minute. You might be like, Imani, where have you been? Well, Imani has been working on some branding stuff related to the podcast and the YouTube channel and everything. And y'all, it was Thanksgiving, and then I was fostering a kitten for a little bit. So that was very interesting. And it was hard to do much of anything while he was around because he was just like a super busybody. But anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Y'all, I saw Wakanda Forever not once, not twice, but 3 times, dog. 3 times. But in my defense, it was with 3 different people on 3 different weekends. And I was asked every time if I wanted to come with them. So it wasn't me, it wasn't my idea. So that's my defense. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out and go see it. So y'all, my general thoughts of the movie. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people are like, man, some people were like, yeah, man, this one was better than the second one. And then another person I know said, oh, I like the first one better and everything. And I personally thought that it wasn't a matter of which one I thought necessarily was better. It just felt like 2 completely different movies. The first one to me felt like it was a movie about superheroes. It felt like a superhero movie. And then the second one felt like a movie about real people and about like real life. Not necessarily my life, because I don't know what it's like to live in a kingdom with queens and kings and princesses and all that. But I was impressed. I was excited to be able to see Letitia Wright, the woman that plays Shuri, King T'Challa's little sister. She did a phenomenal job. I really liked Denai. I forget what her last name is. That's the lady from The Walking Dead. I really love to see the 2 of them get to really do more performance-wise than they got to do in the first movie. It was a lot more like jokes and like maybe fighting and stuff. And then of course Angela Bassett, we all know, especially if you Black, low-key, we know what Angela Bassett can do. So I wasn't like surprised at all. But anyway, like they were able to like layer almost every character, like any character that had like an extensive amount of screen time. All of them got to see like more layers to their character and more layer to like their humanity, I guess, and how complicated life and relationships are and stuff like that. And you may be like, Imani, what does this have to do with living a better quality of life? What does that have to do with quality of life? I'm getting there. So I just, if you don't know what this is, go back. I've done a couple movie relative type things podcasts in the past, but I just want to talk about what I got out of it, and if you go see the movie, or if you have seen the movie, what you could get out of it to like lessons to like apply to your life and stuff. And so one of the points that I had was y'all, this movie, well, first of all, Imani was in there crying. I cried a couple times. Like it was a little. I was hitting the tears for sure. I wasn't crying during the whole movie, but just certain parts I was, and it was a little bit of a silent tear type of thing. But I think this movie really showed the impact of like death, and how when somebody died, like, and people die. I'm 26 right now, and it's like rough for somebody like let's say if an older sibling or a parent dies or something like that, and then you immediately get put in this place of responsibility. That's like pretty rough, and you get like shifted up in the hierarchy, and all of a sudden you're responsible for certain things. And I think this movie did a really good job at like showing the weight of that type of thing. And I was just thinking like how a lot of times, like, we as we're not prepared for that. Like, people don't really talk about, okay, if I, like a parent or whatever, like they don't prepare us for, okay, they like sit down with us and have a conversation with us about, okay, if I die, this is what I want you to do, or some people have will, some people don't, or certain things, every single thing might not be in a person's will if they have one. That's if they have one. Being like, okay, this is how I want my funeral plans. This is what I want this person to have, this person to have that person to have this. Like, what happens, man, like, I think probably within the last, what is it? Probably 3 years or so, little by little, my dad has been talking to me about, like stuff like probate. I had no idea. Like, apparently, if your next of kin passes away, like a parent or something like that, and you're the next of kin, apparently, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but like their stuff gets frozen and is in the state's custody temporarily until like it goes through this process by law. And then not only do you have to like pay a lawyer, but you also have to pay the taxes and all the things. And I just think like it's a shame that a lot of people don't prepare like their the next generation for that type of thing. It's really sad because not only are you gone, but you left this huge weight and responsibility on a young adult, and they have no idea. Like, you get what I'm saying? And man, within the past 2 or 3 years, so many people have died, bruh. I've known a few people that have died within the past probably about 2 or 3 years, and a lot of them were just, some of them were completely just unexpected. I know a couple people who died young, they were around my age, and just completely just threw me off, blew me out the water, because it hits close to home, because you're like, oh crap, like, it makes you face your own sense of mortality and whatnot. So I just think it's awesome that the way like kingdoms are set up, that stuff is already set up. They already know how this procession is gonna go. They already know. They don't have to like figure out, okay, who gonna help me pay for they don't have to do a GoFundMe. They don't gotta do Cash App donations and all that. Like, I think that was really awesome, and I would love for I don't want to say just Black people, but just people in general to be able to prepare better for that type of thing, and not, myself included, because you never know, but like just to prepare for that type of thing better, because it sucks. Cause y'all, there was this interview, y'all, if you ever seen Moesha, not the mom, she was a stepmom. I think her name was, the stepmom was, oh shoot, I don't remember what her name was. D. Stepmom's name was D. It was her. I think her name was Cheryl Riley or Cheryl something. And Patrice Washington, they were doing like this little sit down interview and stuff. And Patrice Washington used to be like a finance expert. She got a podcast too. Go check it out. It's called Redefining Wealth. But anyway, so she was talking about how she was so sick and tired of Black people having to do fish fries in a bake sale to bury their loved ones. And I just think that's like super important to like think about that kind of thing and prepare for that kind of thing, which is why hopefully within the next few months in the next few months I'm going to be bringing somebody that's like into insurance, so that way they can explain the type of thing, because I have no idea what that type of thing consists of. And I know if I'm not really sure, even though I signed up for it, if I don't really fully understand it, I know there's a lot of other people my age that don't fully understand it either, even though they have life insurance. Or even if you don't have it, you still need to know, like, how does this work and everything. And so there's that. And then another point that I had was just still going with the whole death, not to make this whole episode morbid, but man, you know how sometimes people be like, man, I'm trying to stay strong and whatnot, but sometimes like you gotta just kind of let it out. And it's okay to be sad. And even if it's not like a death, but if it's like the death of a relationship, like you're not friends with somebody, or you're not dating somebody, or you have to cut ties with somebody, like, you know how those people that be making posts on social media like, I'm good, I don't need nobody, fake friends this, and I don't need this in my life, I don't need that drama or whatever. Okay, cool. You're right, but it's okay to be sad. Like, if something has come to an end, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Like, it's okay to feel your emotions. Now, what you do as a result of that is something different that you really need to consider before you act. But just feeling it, that's just really letting yourself feel it and letting yourself cry if you need to, or just whatever you got to do. Sometimes you just got to feel it. Oh, and then speaking of Thanksgiving, my next point was cherish the memories, take all the pictures, all the videos, because you never know when your last opportunity will be. And so on Thanksgiving, I made all my family members get up and go outside, and we took a family picture. And I'm gonna put it here. But I just was thinking, man, we gotta take, because we don't really do that. And I was like, man, like, you just don't know. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be death, but like something could happen where another person could, like, you know how sometimes people go to jail and you like, dang, I wish I would have got pictures of them or with them, or like people die, or you just never know. So man, y'all make sure y'all take pictures. I mean, with friends, your mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother, like you're gonna when things change, a lot of times we don't really appreciate it until we don't have the opportunity anymore, or the opportunity is like there's a large time gap in between the opportunities. And so y'all make memories, cherish them, have some fun, all the things. And so my next thing that I wanted to say was I really appreciated like the sense of family in this movie. It really felt like it really felt like the Queen, Angela Bassett's character, and Shuri, they really had like familial type of support. People had their back. They were willing to do any and everything with them to make sure they were good. They were willing to risk their lives for each other, put their neck on the line. But also they were willing to be honest with they were willing to be honest and give their differing, is that a word? If they had a different opinion, or if they disagreed with the Queen or Shuri, they weren't afraid to say it or state that. And And just to put this in application, just kind of be mindful of who you're around, honestly, because a lot of times, us being young and stuff, we just kind of hang with people who we have fun with, or who we're used to being around, or we've been friends with them for a long time or something like that. But you just gotta, I think it's just great to be mindful of the company you keep, really, because the company that you keep determines which direction you're gonna go. And you don't want to have just a bunch of yes people around you, because yes people are gonna get you either in trouble or keep you where you're at. And if you have any type of goal or aspiration for your life, you don't want to be around people who gonna keep you where you're at, or people who gonna help you stay at the level you're like. You want to be around people who are either super growth, I don't want to say growth minded, because that sounds very vague, but you want to be around people who you really admire or you look up to in some form or fashion. You don't want to be around people who you like, you cool and all, but I don't want to be like you when I grow up, No shade, because I used to hang around people who I thought were hilarious people or whatever, but like I wouldn't want to be like them, you know what I'm saying? And that's no shade. So just be mindful of that type of thing. You gotta really pay attention to who you're around and who you take counsel from, I guess, and myself included. And for like a tangible example, I joined yet another mastermind. This is probably like my fourth mastermind. Mastermind is just like joining a group of, basically you pay to join a group of people, to be in connection with a group of people that's in relation to whatever your goal is or whatever your priority is at that time. So this group that I'm a part of is an entrepreneurial type of group. This is my second one that's like this. And then the first two I were in were more like just general personal development type thing. And so, yeah, it's, and I really aspire to be around people who are doing well and I can look up to and learn from, and they can encourage me and I can encourage them. So y'all ain't gonna recognize me in the next few months or so. But y'all, I've been gone. I ain't doing that no more. So if you don't see me again next week, I owe y'all some money. But yeah, so hopefully this was helpful for you in some form or fashion. If you have not seen the movie, go see it. Or if you not gonna watch it in theaters, go stream it when it's out. And tell me what you think. I like feedback, or I like just general discussions. I like movies, so we can talk movies. I'm cool with that. Also, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, you do all the things. I appreciate every single one of y'all for listening and watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace.